Thanks for joining us. This next clip is sponsored by the Olmos Pharmacy, by Space Tone Music, by Equinox Metalsmith Gallery, and also the Tube Ant-Man. Hope you enjoy the show.
You know, I didn't forget to play like that. And I really appreciate you being here. This is fun. Welcome back to Live from Olmos Pharmacy, All Music's Local. My name is Richard Diaz Leon, and I will be your host. And we are broadcasting right here in the center of Texas, in San Antonio, Texas, the Alamo City. The Alamo City, home of the Alamo, and of course, Olmos Pharmacy. Olmos Pharmacy was built in the 30s in a real Art Deco style. It's got a very cool vibe here. It's got great beer on tap, a great wine selection, and some of the best chicken and waffles that you'll find this side of the Pecos.
Chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles.
Yeah,
it's amazing how good syrup tastes on chicken.
I think you had some bacon there too, didn't you?
Well, I didn't have them this morning. Today I had the pancakes and extra bacon.
Good Lord!
I love the bacon here. It's really good.
You haven't let go of all the good things.
I haven't let go of all of them.
I thought you had.
No, just a couple.
All right.
Mitch, tell us about. You'd mentioned earlier that after you got out of high school, you went to UAR and you studied recording.
It's true. Yeah. Well, my brother-in-law John Whipple told me about it. Oh, you got to go over here. He was working there. Oh, he wasn't working there yet. He had just taken the class the year before. I got 2 years before. So I got there, and I was at the old Bob Bruce UAR studio. It was awesome. It was fun, and I learned a lot. And I never, it was really cool. I love having Marius as a teacher. Marius Perron was a teacher there, and we had. He was really brilliant. He's one of my favorite guys, engineers in town. He's like a real deal, old school guy that could he's got an electronics degree, so if you needed him to build your mixing board for you, he could build it for you.
Right.
So he really understood the nuts and bolts of sound and recording.
Well, that was one of the things back then, is that everybody's console was a little bit different because they all got tweaked in a certain way. It was like a hot rod.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
They took the same approach to like a muscle car.
And when we were in high school, I don't know if you knew these guys, the Rimmett brothers. Did you know those guys?
I didn't know them.
Freddie and Travie. And they went on to, like, Freddie owned Cedar Creek up there.
Okay.
And Travie owned a bigger studio out further, but they had built their own house. They had built their own studio in high school. So I was going over there during high school, and they were the first guys I ever met that had a record.
Oh, nice.
They had a record made when they were still, like, it must have been, I guess at that point, 78 or something. And they sold it at the pencil nook there at the school.
Oh, nice. Where you could buy pencils or a pickle or popcorn or something like that.
Or paper, whatever you needed. Extra, or the Freddie Rimmert album.
Oh, nice.
Or it must have been Travie's, I guess.
Right.
They had torn their parents' house apart. Yeah, it was amazing to go over there. And so, I learned from all these guys that were doing that stuff. And UAR was quite a lot of people coming in and out of there at that time.
Oh, I'll bet there was. Now,
Bob was great. Oh my God.
What's that?
And Bob Bruce, he was just a riot, Mitch, listen to this Carpenter's album. One microphone. And he was right.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, exactly. What more do you need?
Yeah, he was absolutely right.
And there you have it. The most important thing is the source.
Oh my God, yeah.
And placement. Other stuff too. But man, that was awesome. Were you tape op? Is that what you did?
I did a little bit, not much though.
Yeah.
Not much. I was too scared.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
A lot of moving parts.
But just I was just felt inept, with all those guys that knew so much. So I was just I was pretty comfortable, bringing soft drinks to people.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, around there, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So so one of the things that I really like is a lot of old vintage recording gear now. So I know which guitars I like, I know what I like to play, I know which amps I like, I know what I like to play, and this is, the way I roll that way. But I'm getting into more recording gear stuff. I had a 24, a 2-inch. Yeah, I had the 2-inch for a while, and a 1/2 inch, and I still have a 1/2 inch 4-track.
So you got rid of the 24?
I had to.
Oh, I didn't know that. So
if I can get it back, the deal that I made, Milton got it. I sold it to Milton.
Oh,
yeah, I know. Yeah, Milton from Big Drag.
Milton Robichaud.
Yeah.
Well, he's an analog maniac.
Boy, he is. He's also another real deal for what he does. I mean, he sounds great. Yeah. absolutely. But I still have the 4-track, and I can get it back. That was the deal we made. It's okay if I can buy it back in a year or two if I need to.
Well, I
so
love
can-
Big Drag too. They're one of my favorite
Oh,
bands.
he's really
all
good.
time.
Yeah,
They were contenders.
yeah, man. Boy, are they ever. Did you do the same thing like you did where you were buying and selling guitars with studio gear, with microphones and compressors?
I tried to, but you didn't find much of it around San Antonio.
Yeah.
So it just you just there were only so many studios. You could. Yeah, it just didn't happen that much.
Right.
You could snag some compressors out of radio stations when they'd close down and
Sure.
KTSA or something like that, but not very often. You're going to find U47, from
Yeah.
the 50s. It's not going to happen.
That'd be really tough. Sure.
telephone boxes
Right.
just don't appear.
Sure. And everything was tube back then. A
A
lot of
lot
stuff
of
was
it.
tube.
A lot
Yeah,
of it.
not everything.
There's a lot of but just like anything, there's great mics that are being made today.
Oh, absolutely.
And I love
Absolutely.
Shure SM57s, and they can cover a lot of ground, and
The
you
right
don't have to
tool
have
for
all
the-
that stuff.
right
to-
tool for, and sometimes that U47 is the wrong microphone for that application.
Oh,
depending
absolutely.
On what it is.
And they don't all sound good.
No, they don't. Also,
There's some U47s that are great, and some that are just like
yeah, that's just like a Marshall amp or Fender.
they're the ones that are great. Then they're the ones that are being sold on eBay.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. Right. What are we gonna play? Let's play two.
Okay, so we do a slow one for starters here, man.
Yeah.
And this song is going to be on that new record too. I'm doing a lot of these.
Oh, yeah, tell me
no
about
one's
the new
ever heard
record.
about them before.
What's the album called? Do you
no
know?
idea yet. We're just in the studio doing it. So we've got about 12 tracks down. We're going to do another 6 or 7 as a band and see how it all feels.
See if there's a thread all weaving through it.
What's that?
See if there's a thread weaving through the whole
There
thing.
may very well be. Somebody might have thought of that ahead of time. We never know.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I found your letter from 20 years ago. 1,000 other pieces, things I couldn't let go. Photos and letters all over the room. You'll stand out like an early bloom. When I think about you, the things that we tried, I can't understand how we survived. But I like looking back into that sun, deep into the ocean, like the barrel of a gun. Saw your name in the paper a few days ago. Said you'd moved on without me, like so long ago. When I think about you, the things that you'd say, I'm not surprised what's happening today. This time it's forever, more letters my way. I'll think about you as they carry you away. And I like looking back into that sun, the end of the ocean, like the barrel of a gun. And I like looking back into that sun, into the ocean, like the barrel of a gun.
Thanks for joining us. This clip was sponsored by Olmos Pharmacy, home of San Antonio's best milkshakes, Equinox Metalsmith Gallery, the Tube Amp Man, and also Space Tone Music. Join us again.